That man was upside down. Yo.
We live, y'all.
Hello.
Let's go.
Woo!
Hello.
Yay! Hi, everybody.
Oh, actually, hang on one sec. OBS just
Sure.
completely froze up on me. Because
Yay!
because of course it did. Oh, there. Hello.
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 Hi. Are we
Hello.
live now?
Yeah, it's not frozen now. Okay. Um, there we go. OA screen is off because OBS decided to unstick itself. There we go. Yeah, we're green. Nominal. Nominal.
The internet is a wonderful gift.
Doodaloo.
I'm just retweeting.
Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty living space.
I will let. Okay. We all ready?
Lee is ready.
Yes.
Excellent. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Diesel Dragons, set in a fantasy, diesel punk world with dragons and drow and fascists. You know, the good shit.
The usual shit. The good shit.
I feel bad saying that.
Top shelf.
Um, the top shelf Nazis, the real classic Nazis. Anyways, um, last episode, the crew did a lot of sort of housework. They got the prisoners they rescued sort of safe and fed and clothed. Tried to figure out their next move. They dug an emergency hidey hole. They sent a few of the prisoners off to do some outreach, I guess, in some surrounding villages, just to sort of build a bit of a base outside the city, just in case. Um, and the reoccurring officer of the Daughters of Law has taken some sort of interest in the good doctor or good nurse, Tanshir. Um, some dwarves are interested in sort of communist doctrine and are talking to our good boy Grigori about it. And the last time we left off, because Rin was actively falling asleep, um,
Just calling me
very
out
long
on this
day.
shit.
Long day. Don't blame you. Um, the last thing that happened was when Selathil entered the bar that is above the hideout. You saw your old boss, the captain, the fired captain of the guard, sitting at a table, sitting at the counter.
Right. Yeah, I didn't remember any of that, so thank you for the recap.
No problem. Also thinking about bombing the Daughters of Law headquarters.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely going to happen.
Sure. I just wanted to make sure that
I remember that one because I posted that idea.
true.
We have to blow them up.
Yes, but so yeah, Selathil, you enter the bar, the Black Cat Cauldron, and sitting at the counter, you see is your old boss who's has a job at the laundromat, actually. Because he was kind of drunk when you offered, like, oh, I'll go talk to these people. He's like, okay. He shows up, like, do you want work? It's like, sure. Started working there.
Oh, good, he has a legitimate job, and now he's going to join this job.
Maybe. But you see him sitting there. What do you do?
I'll go and sit down at his table. Captain,
Sure.
I didn't realize you frequented this bar.
You haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think. Have you been to the laundromats recently?
Probably, for
Okay.
other work-related reasons.
Sure. So I'll say you see he's kind of let himself not go, but like
It's very clear it's hitting him hard.
w- that, or he's out of a rigid job, and so he's like his hair is a little bit longer. He's kind of grown a couple weeks of scruff. Um, and he's sitting there, and he has a beer in front of him. Takes a drink from it and looks over at you and says, Officer Sellafield, I am no longer your captain, so no reason to continue to call me that.
I mean, I suppose.
You can call me Richard.
Richard.
I well, to be blunt, I've heard some rumors about your new hobby.
And
I will not say anything to anyone, and nor will they have any reason or opportunity to question me. I am leaving to the Commonwealth. I have family
that's
there. They accepted my visa, so I am leaving by the end of the week.
oh, surprising. Slightly disappointing. I figured you would want to get back at those who robbed you of your job.
I'm tired. I fought the war. We lost. Worked with them. I'm done.
Very
This
well,
is-
I suppose. Why have you
How?
come here to tell me all of this?
You see beside him, he has a briefcase. He picks it up. It's it's not like a hardcover. It sort of has a flap over it that he undoes. It buckles on it, and he opens it up. And he pulls out a file and puts it on the table, and then says, "I am here because one last little act. You know,
All right.
I think you and your compatriots would find what's in this very interesting. Some things that I noticed being the captain. Some notes and records I took and copied.
Oh, well, anything would be helpful.
I don't exactly know what it means, but it doesn't seem good. That's all I'm going to say." At that, he finishes his drink, puts some money on the table, grabs his briefcase, and leaves the building. In front of you is a middle. It's the file folder, not a middle envelope. It's a file folder that is unlabeled. We see it's a fairly large file.
Well, thank you very much for this, regard.
Yeah, he doesn't answer. He just leaves without saying another word.
So just kind of call out the safe journey to the Commonwealth.
Sort of raises his hand in acknowledgement and closes the door. If you take this downstairs and look at it, I assume that's what you do next.
Yes, not going to look at it here in public.
Sure. Take it downstairs. You see, pull up that file. Ayla, the pilot you rescued, sort of comes over and will help you sort of sift through these papers. And the Rory and Tanshir, if you both want to help as well, narratively, you can be there. It's just a lot of stuff you have to look through. I won't make you roll for it. You have plenty of time to sort of go over it. And what you notice is there's a castle called Castel Bordeaux outside the city that it's like an old like medieval like fortress that's converted into an open air prison camp. Sort of a increase in prisoners lately, and the sort of the existing infrastructure couldn't handle it. That's not out of the order. You already knew that. What is interesting is the growing number of prison transfers. And you notice that where they're transferred to doesn't have a name, but a designation. It's a series of numbers and letters. And you see that it's been increasing over several months, and you see that you actually find the prison convoy you attacked was one of them, and they were looking for people with certain technical expertise was especially valuable. So
Oh no, this is that one movie.
Mhm.
that one movie.
Yeah, the one where they were making the zombie soldiers.
Oh, what was
Overlord.
that movie? I
Overlord.
know what you're talking
Overlord,
about.
yeah.
Overlord. Yeah, that was a fun movie. Uh, um, but yeah, you see, on the Overlord note, it's not these. This is they need mechanical expertise. People know how to build machines and work with more complicated systems. There is a labor. You see, there's a pool of physical labor. But as it goes on, they start to screen prisoners for those who knew how to, work with more delicate machinery.
Mhm. Hmm. Seems they are targeting prisoners of specific capabilities.
Ayla looks over, says, yeah, they started doing interviews at the prison. Um, interrogations weren't were common. Um, but these ones were weird. They usually they kind of grabbed you, stripped you down, and tied you to a metal chair. And this one they, they just sat you down in an office and talked to you for 3 hours. Went through the entire prison.
Hmm.
I do not like implication.
I'm not a
Yeah,
fan of
well,
that.
there's a bunch of rumors where this ended off. Um, some just say that it's thought that there was just a different camp. Others that some forced labor on some special weapons program. Some like experimentation. We weren't sure. They just would grab people, put them in trucks, and they would leave.
Most likely combination of them.
Yeah, that's seems about right.
They need lots of technical know-how, and then they are probably testing it on those people
I
to
don't know.
avoid furthering their services.
Maybe. I don't know. We know where we're going. Um, doesn't say here. It's just numbers.
No, but we should look into it and find out what these numbers are truly translating to.
I will post the number in the chat. See what the number is. E6621IQL.
Looks like serial number. From when I move packages and boxes all the time. All of them have shipping number, serial number.
Anything matching this.
Any of it, does this look familiar from what I've seen on manifests and stuff?
Give me 1 second. Still trying to learn the lingual arcana of this game. Roll a smarts check.
Haha, it's a 6.
You got a 5. Looking over, you are correct. This is a designation. You're not sure what if the numbers are coordinates they're using, sort of what you're not sure of what the numbers and letters mean, but you do know that that is a designation for a place. So you're right. But this is probably if a new prison or something like that. So you're not sure where it would be.
Yeah. These definitely look familiar in terms of what they do, but I do not know where or specific. Could be these are specific parts they are having manufactured in these different by these different groups of people.
Strange chance that they could be connected.
No, all the prisoners were sent to the same place. You see, there was a comparison to some in the other prisons to like sort of spread out, sort of send excess prisoners to other prisons to sort of lighten the load. The majority of prison transfers the last 4 months have been to the same place, this E662 1IQL.
So this isn't a prisoner designation. This is a location.
As a location, yeah.
Okay. Would your... I had a thought that maybe it might put you at a great deal of risk to check, but maybe if there is shipping manifests, you might be able to see if anything is heading in that direction that might tell us where it is.
Keep a lookout. I know that whoever that lady was asking questions ever since the shipment we took, they might have more eyes around place than normal.
That is true.
I will see if I can take glances at the manifest now and then, find anything matching this. Worst case scenario, we would have to if it's not dead, it's most likely in military complex. They would have knowledge of where this place is. Especially with so many prison transfers. We could find any prisons we could get people into and look at.
We could all get arrested and see what we find inside.
Well, that's very true. Because if they're transferring from a bunch of places to this specific one, I'm sure most prisons that had people of importance would have some request to send to this spot.
It's true. If we are lucky, they will not just execute us on the spot.
Hopefully it would be minor crime, like throwing shoe at somebody or something.
So yeah, oh, Shay, you have something to say?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh.
I'll go to prison for you guys. Oh, hey, wait.
Nope, good luck with that.
The
You
current
could go.
plan
You
is
could go in prison as doctor.
Doctors are too valuable.
Well, yes, but prisons need people to patch up somebody. You could look around. Maybe. Yeah, look, I don't know. I haven't
The
been to
only
prison.
the only prisons that will require a doctor are ones that are torturing people.
Really?
So
They
most
wouldn't
prisons?
take care of prisoners at all? That seems incredibly cruel and inefficient.
these are work camps, so they're gonna need someone to make sure that, you know, you can still work.
Now, do they have an exorbitant number of prisoners to go through?
Yeah, yeah. They this is Ayla speaking. Says, yeah, they have a lot of prisoners. It's the doctors are less doctors and more like if to check if you can still like work, and if you can't, you sort of get thrown into like the sick ward, which is just like a different prison. You can't go outside.
Sick ward is in quotes, probably.
Sick ward is in quotes. It's just a different prison, different part of the prison. You can't go outside. You stay inside until you're better or you die.
And you usually don't see them come back out. It's fine.
So
No, a lot of diseases sort of fester in sick wards. They don't really care.
So I was half right. They don't need. They don't bother with extensive treatment for their laborers.
Are
They
Not
might not. They might not have hired experienced treatment. They might have hired just people who poke you with stick to see if you can walk or not, and then
are
seek ward you.
are you just against the idea of trying to infiltrate the prison area?
No, I am against the idea of being used to keep someone alive while they hurt them.
Uh, nobody
It's
said
not.
nobody said you were going to be helping torturers. We were going to have you try and find information in the prison as a doctor.
Oh, that I can
That
do.
is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You implied the torture.
There is
I mean,
torture.
if you want to get into torture, I know a guy.
Like,
I could,
like yeah, there is
Do
torture,
not
but we're
introduce
talking
me.
of, we're
I am
talking
not
about
interested.
like an actual doctor position. Nobody said torture, but Shay.
you would probably be most
With Shay.
qualified there.
Yeah. Though there's a lot of torture. It's less sort of institutionalized, like they bring you to a room, a lot of beatings and whippings, stuff like that. It's more sort of that type.
You do
Not a lot
not.
of like
You do not have to
waterboarding.
describe it to me. I am not interested in that position. Regular doctor work, I will do.
Well, I can't help you get into if you can apply to work in the prison. I guess that's an option.
What a weird job to apply to. Prison doctor.
I mean,
That prisons need doctors.
prisons need doctors.
That was
Need
that was
someone.
a thing even before the war.
Yeah.
You might actually be looked at highly and chosen because most are
Honestly,
probably not volunteer.
Honestly, you probably your job mostly probably be treating guards.
Whenever
No,
prisoner hurt guard, you'd be fixing guard up.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, a lot of that happened.
Admittedly, that would be a
right.
little bit amusing.
We had a lot of riots. They usually ended it by firing a machine gun to the crowd.
Does that make sense?
I'm sure they
Yeah.
might, especially with prison breakout, they might have had excited prisoners try to do their own, might not have been successful. So now you have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
I
So
just
that
had
is
a
an
thought.
option.
The serial number is a location, correct? Weren't they sending a significant increase of troops to a certain location?
That information is not available on this. The only reason you have it was the captain, this police captain. It was a part of sort of the law, and so like he was informed like person transport coming through the city. Keep in mind, person transport coming through the city. Keep in mind. He just got the information because it was important to his job. Troop movements would be hidden probably in like the downtown government areas, maybe town hall, maybe the governor's office.
Well, I do think it is important to figure this out. However, I don't know which is our first step.
That's fine. We could see if we could get friend in records place. Maybe they would know. I could keep eye out in shipping.
Ligdon speaks up. He's not really a he doesn't read common very well. It's like his third language essentially. He speaks up and says, if we if we want to enter government buildings, there is always diversions,
Like blowing up a building.
like blowing up a building that might not have places that's important. Use chaos to sneak into governor's office, take what we can find.
That would work well with your plan to blow up Lalt building.
Yes.
That was this is what I was thinking. Yes.
So let us coordinate accordingly. Let me check, and I'm going to start going through some paperwork that Tanshir has been trying to keep track of. Doot 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 doot.
What type of is it like you with your notes or like
It is my notes.
okay, good. All right. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like an in-game thing that I had described.
Yeah. We. The moment that we we'll do something so exciting. That's going to draw a lot of attention.
Oh,
Would it
for
be,
sure.
Would it be more difficult then to acquire our residual income by purchasing a certain laundromat?
I suppose we are still waiting to get that money back.
Oh, the money from your heist. Right.
That is true.
I did slip my mind. Yeah, you'll getting that soon. It's $1,200 and you spent how much did you spend of them? So 600. I think 600 altogether.
Yeah, because we needed we only needed like the one ID, which was a good chunk, and then we only had like the 2 uniforms because we didn't need a third one.
Right. $400 is what you spent. So you have 800 from the job altogether, minus the 50 you gave to both
Okay, so 700.
Karzog. Well, actually, no, 500. I was wrong. It's 500. It's 300 for the ID, I believe. Then it was 100 for both uniforms.
And yeah, 100 for the 2 of them, so 600.
Nope,
So-
500.
If that is the case, then we will have 1,185 to work with. They asked for 1,000.
Oh,
Excuse me. That is enough to pick up the place.
we would see if we have a bit of a bonus afterwards.
Indeed.
We could also try haggling down if we had enough cash.
I have an idea about that actually. Our fence is no doubt with the increase in military control. There are certain groups that are going to have a much harder time operating.
Oh, that's Felis picking up that scratchy background. I thought it was Frost. Felis, your fan is getting picked up in there real bad.
What?
How's that?
Better.
Sorry about that.
No worries. After we get this place, I was considering keeping a separate back room available for certain exchanges for their business, as it were.
I've been thinking about that when we went to talk to people there. This is very roomy in the back, and as we all saw when we went in there, it's lots of space, lots of places for things like that. Storage.
Nope, it's back.
Motherfucker.
And it's weird because it only seems to happen when Frost starts talking. It had gone.
I am power fan.
You are a power fan.
See, look, it's my one fan speaking up. It's fine.
Hope that's better.
For now, yeah.
My thought though is if we allow them a safe place to do business, as it were, we also gain access to some of their
Oh, I like it.
utilities and services.
A little cut of profit for giving them place to do their thing.
Which would allow us to pay.
No, it's back.
Haha, I wasn't talking that time.
Nope. It
Okay,
just really wants to pick up your fan.
it's never done that before. That's
No.
weird.
Uh, but we can but yes, we would have access to some of their resources, and they would have a safer place to do business, and we would gain a little bit of extra income, as it were.
I like it.
Hmm.
Certainly more than enough to pay our workers, and then assist in funding our little operation.
They could probably be paid quite well, which would keep them nice and quiet too.
Indeed.
This is a very great idea. I like it.
I should make a note. I do have someone who is starting to take an interest in me. Not so much that I think I am being followed, but I am uncertain. Just a heads up.
So like me, person of interest to keep eye on.
Yes. I am not suspected of anything, so they do not seem to be aware of anything beyond my weakness for not being interested in carrying weapons.
Well, Ayla speaks up. This is all. Who's has an interest in you? Just so we.
Yeah. Wait,
Her
who are you
name.
talking to?
Who are you?
Talking to.
Her
Talking
name,
to Jay.
her name is Garnisa Kermit.
And remember to speak up.
Her name is Garnisa Kermit. She's an officer.
Oh. The police?
Is she an officer of the police?
She's not. She's an officer of the secret police, the Daughters of Law.
Oh, she is an officer of the Daughters of Loth.
Yeah, it's
It's going to make interest very strange when Daughter of Lot building goes up in smoke.
So strange.
Yeah, it's gonna-
Crazy random happenstance.
That is your plan, not mine.
It's true.
That is true. Oh boy. That is.
I do imagine I'm going to have a sudden influx of patients when that happens.
Well, all this talk is future. It's for the future. What is our plan from here? I know we're waiting on the demolition crew to get the dynamite before we can get it, and so our boy Leg Don can build a proper bomb.
Indeed. We are still waiting for our other two members to return. While we are waiting, I think some of us should have a little chat with our Vince.
A good plan to me.
Mm-hmm.
We can at least
Leg Don the gun in the back kind of just nods.
Alright, I'm going to go to a shitty bar.
But why? This one is so nice.
It is so nice, but every once in a while I want to sleuth it up and meet someone.
Oh la la.
Exciting.
Well, do not let this keep you from fun time, man.
It's true. Here you are going to break a young orc's heart.
I mean, I'm going to speak to our advance.
I mean, they could be both.
The orc and the Karzog just goes, kind of shrugs, so like at the insinuation, just like, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have. She kind of looks over at the human Jean-Pierre. I was like, I have others.
La la.
Well, if anyone, and I do nod to Karzag, is interested in joining me, let me know. I am going to see what we can do about our plans.
Excuse me. Karzog agrees to accompany you. So you can go off to do that. Selathil and Gagori, is there anything that you guys want to do? Is there any plans you guys want to start working towards, or?
Not currently, because yeah, other than figuring out, we're like getting the explosives and all that for the bomb, and because Grigori would probably either want to be there to stick it to them, or want to be in the sneak into the building while everybody's out group. So he's gonna probably get ready for one of those two mindsets and get in it.
Sure. But I mean, for like right now, what is the character going to do? Well, because you guys don't have the stuff to make the bombs, make distraction. That is your plan. So is there anything that Grigori wants to do, or just do what you said?
Yeah, he'll just like nothing currently now. So he'd probably
Okay.
just relax if he's not working that day.
Thing. And Selathil, what does Selathil do? Any preparations she does?
Not really. The shock of this captain leaving has kind of driven her to drink. I was like, oh, that was going to be another person, but here I go to alcohol.
No. So the
Joke's on you, he comes back with his family.
Oh no.
he's the example of sort of the Frenchman that gave up in Duel War II. They're like, screw it, Garrison wins.
Mhm.
That is his metaphor. Sure. Selathil drowns her sorrows. Grigori enjoys his some time. And Tanshir and Karzog head off to the little shitty dive bar-esque place where you know to meet your fence. Good old Harper.
Good old
So yeah,
Harpers.
you head down there. You talk to the bartender. You ask for Harper, and quite quicker than the last few times any of you have gone there. Harper, but he probably was in the building actually. Finds you, sits at your table, and sort of looks at you, Tanshir. Looks up at Karzug, and then sort of smiles very sweetly and says, "And what can I do for you two?"
Oh, not too much. I have a bit of a business proposition.
Sure.
And I kind of like glance. Are we in a private setting?
You get the feeling the people in this bar work for Harper.
Okay. So Tanchir doesn't know that, but she looks kind of like over her shoulder and then just speaks low and soft. Well, if when our payment comes through, I fully intend to acquire a business for my own as a residual income.
Real estate is always a good investment.
Indeed.
It's smart, smarter than the usual people I deal with.
And I realized that the profits I would be making is not quite enough that I would be able to maintain too many if I intend to expand my hobby.
Hmm.
So, I also noticed that the increase in martial law is more than likely to make things difficult for you, I am assuming.
It's been annoying, yes.
So, assuming I have a comfortable little business going, would you be interested in having a safe place to do your own business?
Offering me my organization a spot to
Drop
work is
drop point, a place to meet people. I can keep a room separated, and the workers are how do you say, uninterested in getting involved and allowing certain law aspects to get in the way of their nicer business and kinder supervisor.
Harper sort of leans back in her chair. Roll me a persuasion.
Do I get any bonus?
No, you're just talking.
Yeah, 5
That's
and a 5.
Harper leans back in her chair and thinks for a second. And she spends a couple minutes, just considering some things, probably thinking about like how it would work, if it would work. She says, if you buy this place and you can assure me that the current workers won't interfere or talk, I'll consider it.
Of
Of course, since you are the owner of the building, you would get a small percentage of anything that moves through there. But you have to assure me that the workers won't talk, and if you could still want to do this and you're not sure, you own the place. If you fire them, I put my own men into those jobs, to make things go smoother.
I will interview the workers once I have the place. But
Sure.
I am currently of a understanding that their previous supervisor underpaid them, overworked them, and I think the idea of having not just someone who forces their labor, but someone who is able to pay them a much finer amount, I don't think they would be interested in letting anybody else know.
That is your problem. Don't make it mine.
Of course. I will keep you informed then.
Of
However,
course.
I cannot purchase the place until we receive the other part of our payment.
Yes, like I said, like you said, the increased military presence has been an issue and a headache. However, you should receive it at the very latest the end of the week. Most likely before then, but just had to make sure that, dotted all of our I's and crossed all our T's.
Of course.
If there's anything else? Any other business?
At the moment, no. But we will remain in touch.
Of course.
I'd like to make an insight check to see if she's impressed with how smart I am or not. Or if she thinks this is dubious.
Sure. Roll your notice.
Yeah! 4. And a 4.
With a 4, you with this you pick. Wow, you've gotten 2 same things in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You pick whatever's highest, so that they're equal, so you just get a single success.
44.
Nope. I like your gumption though.
Nope.
You think that she believes that you're definitely interesting. You think that she thinks you're playing at being like monster a little bit. And so she's like a little unsure.
That's
she's
just what
not.
I might become the Dawn.
I mean, you guys, if that's what you want, if you want to become a gang, you can become a gang. I'm not going to stop you.
I just wanted a mech. Now we're a whole crime organization.
You could
Crime
be,
organization with mechs.
Crime
Finally.
organization with mechs. Yes.
Yeah, you can do both. This world you can do both. It's a fantasy world with mechs. Go wild. So yeah, that's what you think. You think that she believes that you might be playing at being a mobster. But you're an interesting person, to say the least.
Okay, cool.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I do, I stand up, thank her for the drink, and extend my hand. It was a pleasure seeing you again.
She takes her hand. She stands as well. And you can return. Unless there's anything you guys want to do, we're going to skip forward a little bit until when the dynamite arrives. During this time, Salafil, the Daughters of Loth sort of start using your precinct as sort of desk jockeys. So as they're moving through and arresting people, you get their paperwork. Like you're like a lot of the whatever precinct they're within the city, that precinct gets the paperwork that so they don't have to do it.
Lazy assholes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're good stuff though. Yep, they're not great. Gagori, the dwarves that talked to you before, have a meeting. It's very small. It's you and 4 other people, so just 5 of you. These are sort of the ones that sort of the main guy who talked to you trusts the most not to talk, because being a communist is not a great thing to do under a fascist military dictatorship.
Yeah.
So they're being pretty secretive, but they seem enthusiastic. They ask you some questions about sort of some sort of doctrines and beliefs and stuff like that, and philosophies. And you explain to your best your ability. I believe your character's a party member, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you at the very least you know the propaganda. Whether or not your character believes it is up to you. You do know the propaganda.
Yeah. Oh, he's probably he's like born and raised and.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were born after the revolution. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you begin to talk to them about it, and they seem interested. So that is what you do. Han, a couple days waiting, you do find your friend, compatriot, acquaintance, Galiza, shows up at your clinic and asks you if you want to go for lunch one day.
Well, How can I say no?
Hmm. Again, very polite, very cordial. Um, it's very kind of strange to have a polite lunch with this very intense person. Um, but it doesn't seem, again, it doesn't seem like she's like, we're on notice for me.
Yes,
I want, I want,
absolutely.
I want to see if you can pick up on her intentions.
Yeah. 5?
She has an interest in you, whether or not the interest is platonic, romantic, or sexual, you're not sure, but it doesn't seem like it's born of suspicion.
Okay.
She's not looking into you. She wants to get to know you.
In that case, I do relax a little bit, and um, uh, I don't bring up any extracurricular activities, but I do talk about how I quickly became invested in healing and and showed signs of being able to manipulate magic to assist in that need. And I ask her about her career, and what she has an interest in doing.
Sure. As you begin to talk about magic and yes, over her career, she says, "Well, I am capable of magic as well. As well."
Hmm.
And she sort of, as she kind of like takes a second. It's like, some people find this a little distasteful. She takes her the knife, like the knife she's given, and stabs her own finger. And then she draws out the blood, from the pinprick on her from her finger.
I'm gonna make an Arcana knowledge check.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. There. Yeah.
Ooh, a 9.
9.
That's oh boy. Absolutely. With a 9, this is blood magic.
Blood magic.
This is blood magic. Oh yeah.
Blood magic.
You would know that blood magic is necromancy is looked down upon. Blood magic is straight up feared. With necromancy, like any type of like, you can kill someone with necromancy, but you can kill someone with other types of magic. Like it's
Mm-hmm. You can
it's
also bring
but
someone back to life with necromancy.
true.
It
It's looked
is.
down upon. Blood magic, like you can boil someone's blood from the inside or control their bodies with like them still being aware. If you get deep into enough into blood magic, there's some twisted shit you can do to someone.
Um. So yeah, there. I think her eyes do kind of like go like a little bit wide, and she doesn't like recoil in terror or anything because she doesn't feel threatened, but she does. She does. I do like kind of stare, like at the little pinprick, and
Wh-
then glance up. Blood magic.
When she notices your discomfort, she picks up a napkin and sort of catches the blood from midair and covers her finger. Um, and then she sort of drops the topic.
I do reach out and like I wait for her permission before I do anything.
Yeah, if you reach out, she sort of like kind of takes a second, then puts her hand out as well.
Yeah. Uh, I just trace a finger over the little wound and just seal it up.
Sure, I will make a roll or use a PowerPoint. That's fine. It's nothing. Yeah.
I have heard stories, but I have never seen anything like it.
Perhaps see in this time.
Of course.
She's able to tell that she's made you a little uncomfortable, so she kind of wants to drop it.
I am sorry.
It's when you see something, it is a normal reaction. And then she sort of forces the conversation rather abruptly to other topics. So yeah, you spend a lunch with the blood mage. That's fun. Um, so you do receive the remainder of your payment. You will have to send sort of a letter to the owners of the place, being like, "We're interested in buying it. We have the money." So you will have to do that as well. So I assume one of you writes. I assume Khan, you write the letter like, "Oh, I'm interested in purchasing this place. I have the money to purchase it to make it worth your while."
Indeed.
Yeah, it
Sure.
can't be attached to me. That'd be conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, I think we talked about this. It's like
I'm the detective who did your mother's murder case. I want to buy the shop she was killed in.
Yeah.
This is yeah. I think we talked about this. This is more like, oh, I can use this place to maintain clean clinical clothing for that we need. So
Sure.
I
Yeah.
can it's like this is like medical professionals get a discount now.
Roll a persuasion with a +2 for me.
Ooh.
Because a lot of time rolls. Don's doing shit. I like it.
Persuasion.
Get into your stride.
What do you say? +2 would make it 4. Oh, +2 would make it 9. Never mind.
Also 9. Yeah. With a 9, you send it along. And what will happen? Will happen. It'll take some time to get to the person. But you send along the letter. And now, you, excuse me, one of you, whoever, sort of like, I will actually probably say Salathil in your patrols. You check that one demolition place, but like, oh, is this stuff there? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Yeah. So you sort of check in, and then one day you notice that they've put up a sort of smaller building away from everything else that is made of metal. It has like a pretty heavy duty door. And you're like, I think that might be the dynamite shed. So yeah, so you assume that they have the dynamite on site. And if you inform Ligdon, which I assume you would, he very excitedly runs sort of his nook in the hideout and brings out a list of things that he needs. That he sort of runs through each thing. He's like, oh, I need like if they take down a building. You see, there's a bunch of calculations on like the side and in the margins of this paper. He sort of figures out the crude drawing of the building and a bunch of like dark elves all exploding. And so yeah, it gives you this list of things he needs. Like dynamite itself, detonation cord, some sort of primer, and a bunch of things that he needs. And sort of tries to explain to you the science of taking a building down. And you're like, right, you put a thing on the port and stuff, and it goes down. He's like, close enough. So yeah, you guys can.
He's just like, wow, way to oversimplify my hobby.
My job. I've blown up so many bridges. Blown up so many bridges and so many buildings.
You do
He
stuff.
says
okay.
He says it real complicated, and then he says it like real simple with funny words like doohickey and
The thingamajiggers.
Half of what he says is in Canis, which is like a harsh barking language. So you're like, I don't know what those words are. He's like, I don't know them in common, but they go boom. So yeah, you have a list of things you can get from this place. It's going to be less difficult to get than the gun, probably, but
Wow. It's less difficult than that gun.
it all depends on why you guys want to do it.
Yeah. Well, we have the lead on explosives at least. We should figure out what we are going to do if we want to coordinate all of these strikes to happen at once.
Because we'll need people close to building for paperwork the day it happens, so that you do not have too much to rush. Because while police, soldiers, everything goes to check it out. They will not give free reign of building. You will only have maybe half an hour, if that, because they're going to want to secure important people and things like that.
I am in agreement. We should be figuring this out.
So we currently have a map of this building that the dynamite is in.
No. There's a on the site that there is a sort of heavier duty locked shed. That is where you would keep it that way, sort of out of the way, somewhere cool, somewhere dry. And also hard to get into because it's an explosive. Like any, you keep the shit under lock and key.
Well,
Oh, did the thing where it flipped again. Oh, there we go.
I am not proficient in thievery.
I am not either. Might be able to manage a little bit, but nothing that could be.
I mean, I apparently have lockpicks.
Well, you are doing far better than I am. What about Grigori? He seems like the type who has stolen a red loafer too.
I would never. And get caught. Come on now.
Boy. Ayla puts her hand up and goes, I can steal things.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh.
Stream changed. There we go.
What?
It
OBS
switched
is
to
being weird.
Oh,
OBS
you're way delayed. I already fixed that.
It was doing that
That's-
last night where it was putting us at like the reading screen and stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Sorry,
going
yeah,
through a bunch
I
of
am
stuff.
I think it's I'm gonna switch to Firefox. Maybe it was whatever. We talked about that earlier. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Ayla puts her hands up and says, yeah, I can pick a lock if you need me to.
I mean, that is perfect.
I can assist her. I'm pretty okay at sneaking my way around places.
Like Don says, I can blow lock with gunpowder. I am good at. I'm
Is
good
that-
at making and destroying bridges. That is my job.
That does sound fun.
It is fun. It's very fun. You blow door and you throw in grenades into building full of drow. Just boom.
Funny
Okay.
thing is when fascists shoot you from tank and you throw bomb into tank and then they have nowhere to go.
Yes. Molotov cocktail down the chute. Yes. And the hatch.
There's a
Oh.
brief moment where I space out at the thought of a Molotov cocktail inside a tank and then just kind of like shake it off.
He seems to be remembering fondly.
Yeah.
He's probably done it.
Just a light dragonborn hand on Tundra. He's okay. You get over it real quick when you either do it or die. So
Dragonborn is
I
right.
know how quickly people get over that kind of thing.
I got over it quite quick. Anyways, we'll bring back. Oh, actually, and he goes off to sort of your the storage / hiding space, and pulls it aside, and brings out these small sort of like canvas sacks that have been sort of hardened in some sort of like wax or something like that. And he gives you each two, and says, "They're not the best, but these are improvised grenades."
oh,
Yes.
very nice.
There is a small wick like this. It burns, goes in, explodes. There is careful. There is buckshot inside, and a lot of gunpowder. They're not as good as grenades, but explosion
still
of
go
little
boom.
metal balls. Yeah, you can still go boom with little metal pieces. Yes.
Or
each
should
have 2 improvised grenades. And they both do 2d6 instead of 3d6. Yeah. If you want to take them. God, I know you're against weaponry.
We'll always take explosives.
Yeah. So yeah, there's little canvas bags that have been dipped with wax to maintain a shape that are essentially just like filled with gunpowder and buckshot beads.
Yeah.
Or birdshot. Actually, I'm thinking birdshot. So it'll fuck them up. It won't damage like armor or anything like that, but it'll fuck a dude up.
All right. Have our recon team returned yet, or?
The recon team, they have sent a letter back. Thanks for reminding me. Actually, sent a letter back. It's a very like oh, how are you? It's like in code. It's sort of encoded. Like it sends it back. It's like, oh, we're enjoying our trip out to the countryside. There has been an awful disappearance of a few soldiers. We have our theories. Ashlyn's pretty sure she knows who did it, but idle gossip. So that they've made a couple friends. However, they're thinking of staying a little bit longer to sort of sort of get to know the neighborhood is what they say. So,
Oh, they're making good progress.
they're doing something. They're doing something, and soldiers are disappearing, which
They're doing something a little extra.
Yeah. There's a lot of woods in that area. If a lot of places for someone to go missing. Anyways, so yes, sorry, my brain just turned off for a second there.
I will write them back also in code. Like, something along the lines of, "It's wonderful you're doing well. We're, or, I've been busy, but well, I think I have a chance at getting this new house soon, and just kind of like update along those kinds of lines, also in code.
Like we're thinking of throwing that party we talked about, like
Yeah.
something like that.
It'll be a blast.
Oh, I love it. Send this letter. Send this letter. And so yeah, they'll probably return sooner rather than later.
Okay.
Yeah.
This mine is not far from us, alright?
The mine? Oh no, it's fine. The mine was a potential source of dynamite, and then you're like, what about a demolition site? I'm like, that's perfect. That's in the city.
So the demolition site is nearby. That's where we need to go to get the.
Yes. Yeah. You go to the demolition site to get the dynamite.
All right.
They'll have to leave the city and like drive for a couple days, go up to the mountains, or the nearby mine. But like, you got.
It sounds
dynamite?
like we have a diesel dragon heist.
I got it. That's good. Thanks, I love it.
There's even a hopper.
Beautiful.
All right.
So, go on. Yeah, if you guys are all ready to head out, I assume you guys head out at night.
Yeah. Probably smart.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, the town is still under martial law, so there's a curfew.
Oh shit.
For some of these mooks.
For some of these mooks.
That's true. You might be able to get away with that.
I think the best people for this job would be Cyril and Gregory and Alia and Ligden. I don't know where I would fit in though.
You would fit in satiating your crave for blood. No, probably not that.
Probably not that.
Probably not that.
I'm not.
We know you crave violence, but
I suppress it deep down and really keep telling myself that I only have a desire to help people.
Ligdan speaks up and says, "You all make weird jokes."
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
These two match the horrible travesties that are befalling my beautiful Fastal.
So this is possible, right?
We bury our
Do
sadness
you-
deep down.
Am I to come with, or what is my job?
Sure, why don't you come with? We'll see what happens.
Do you wish me to stay here or stay nearby?
You should also go. It would be fun to see what happens.
Okay.
Having medic on hand is good.
Exactly.
That's true.
I like it. I like not being shot.
And if we are shot, I like someone to put a bullet,
Exactly.
as it were.
Understandable. Alright, let's go get some TNT.
Sure thing. Ayla, let's say back, she's not a great shot. She's not a great fighter. Again, she's a pilot.
So
She's a
neither
bomber.
am I.
She was a bomber pilot. She's like, I have healing skills. I can plan stuff. I can't really, I'm not a great shot.
But you can unlock doors.
Oh shit! Right? Yeah. No, I forgot I said that. Yeah.
And I hold up a pair of lockpicks or a set of
She
lockpicks.
She takes them. Like, oh right. The reason I'm here.
If you are interested, I'm not going to force you to do it.
I mean, do you know how to pick locks?
I do not.
Well then, yeah, I'm coming.
I mean, I could give it a try, but
Karzog and Jean-Pierre are perfectly fine being like, the last time they went on a job, they killed some folks. So they're a little hesitant. They're not soldiers. They're a little like, we're gonna hold down the fort.
that is understandable. We do need someone in case we have some friends returning.
As
It's a dead of night.
Jean-Pierre goes, that is true. That is why we are staying. No other reason.
I just wink at them. Of
Yeah.
course.
And then Jean-Pierre goes, not that. Kind of looks at Karzog. Okay, that is well. And the group head off. Unfortunately, Rin is the person we need since he's the one who has the legal right to be outside after dark.
Oh no!
Oh no! And he'll have to talk to everyone. Unless you guys leave before dark and try to hide, that's also an option.
That is also an option. Let me see how good I am at hiding.
Sure. How about his leg down on hiding? Let's see. Oh boy. Oh no.
Catwards, the lot of you. You need to
Oh
learn to.
no, he's okay. He's a D8 in stealth. He's fine. He's okay.
I'm not good at hiding.
Oh, leg down is okay.
They will teach you to be sneaky.
Yes.
You teach to be
How,
talky.
how is it the two largest people are the ones who are good at stealth? Like Ligdon's like 7 feet tall.
Hey, Ligdon has padded feet,
That is true. He does have padded feet.
and
He can also run all things.
I'm a sniper who used to be probably hunter. I learned how to be super quiet.
Yeah. It's just funny to me that the two like big guys are just like, yeah, we're like fucking shadows in the night. Look at these elves
All the tiny elves.
stumbling through the dark.
Also, all the tiny elves have cans tied to their feet and everything.
Yeah. And Ligdon also has night vision, so that's good. He's a dog man. What'd you expect?
man.
Must be nice. I could just set people on fire.
I mean, night vision is better than
I can
my
do
own.
that as well. I need bottles and gasoline, but I can burn their screams.
I'll give you a bottle of home remedy, as they say. A native drink. You could burn through metal and tank.
Yes, we use that to poison people in the cognate. You just buy your liquor and just dice.
As well, doesn't it, when it's not good for breakfast for my people?
Interesting question. How are we
Yes.
moving this TNT?
Shit.
Very carefully.
Slowly and away from fire.
Do we need like a vehicle?
To get enough to destroy building, yes.
Okay.
If we want to hurt building, we could probably carry enough, but if you want to bring the entire thing down, it's hard because we cannot go in and find load-bearing walls and pillars and explode. I do not know how the building is made. If you want a bomb big enough to bring down building without being slow about it, we need a lot of dynamite, yes. We could also just throw dynamite in windows and explode. It would cause damage.
Yes. Is it?
Easy.
You as an expert, you think you can damage a building so that it will collapse downward and not like off to a side and hit another
If
building?
I had 3 weeks to find walls, do calculations, yes.
Okay.
If I get 3 weeks of unrestricted access to the building, yes.
Unrestricted.
Yes. It would not. This is not just building. This is government building. There is steel reinforced walls. There will be things that are hard to take down. I will need to be inside. I will need to find the weakest parts.
Steel reinforced walls.
Yes.
Sorry. Physics. If the explosion is on the inside,
Yes.
and the building is reinforced, would that
Yes.
not force the concussive force throughout the inside of the building?
It would yes, it is not. These buildings are not designed to explode from within. They're designed to take explosions from outside. For a big enough bomb, this thing would. Anyone inside would have a bad day.
The goal is to take down the entire building. This is what the bad day you want to give them.
Yes, it would render the building useless for a time.
Okay.
If not take it down entirely. I would need a lot of dynamite to take it down together. I shouldn't have this plan. But yes, we would need transportation to do that. But we could also, again, throw dynamite in windows and just bomb the hell out of it.
For transportation, I can. We have 185 to spare, and I personally.
The plan was to collapse the building on top of their heads.
Yes.
Yes, that would require lots of TNT. I do not know what structure is like I was saying before. Well, that you missed. He was saying that if he had like 3 weeks of unrestricted access to get in there and find what walls needed to take down the building, he could collapse it pretty easily with like a limited amount of dynamite. But it's a building he doesn't know. He doesn't know the plans of it. He doesn't have time to go in and carefully place explosives. You'll need a big fucking bomb to like blow out the foundation and collapse it.
So you're saying we need to hijack a mech and load it with explosives?
If that's what you want to do, man, yeah, like tank destroyers aren't really building. No, well,
You
If you
hijack
wanna
the
do it-
mech. You hijack the mech, and on your way to pick up the TNT, you run over the building, and then you run back, and you discover that the building's already collapsed because you ran over it.
There you go.
option. So yes, if you want to take it down, you'll need a lot of TNT.
So what does he have available to us right now then?
What does he have available before
Yeah.
you steal it? He has the rockets that you the 3 rockets left over, which would not be enough. It would not to like cause a explosion that would render the building, like anyone in that room would be dead if you made explosive out of that. Like they would just straight up die. And the other, depending on like on some weird physics stuff, everyone at the other floors probably be like injured and like eardrums blown out. You could cause some damage, but the structure itself would stand.
I think we can rent another vehicle.
We could do that.
What about incendiaries? The TNT for sure, but what if we find some way to make it cause a fire that would burn the building from the inside? Say from a parking garage or somewhere that we could store this truck.
Build incendiary bomb. We would need a lot of chemicals to do that and to move it into building.
Gregory cannot procure us more shipments. Not right now.
I think if we wish to destroy building, bring it down, we would need vehicle to take enough dynamite, or we could take a lesser amount that we could carry and potentially hide on persons, and then that would be enough because it would render the majority of people within the building probably dead. The building would not be used, for probably years for it repaired. The building itself, the structure, would not fall.
The risk of that is it does not cause the damage we intend, and they just move somewhere else.
Well, yeah, that is a risk.
We hope is the intent is to kill them and to topple the building that they are inside.
That is. Yes, so I recommend we get vehicle, get truck or car.
Let's focus on that then.
Sure. You guys with 100. How much money? 110, you said?
There is if we're saving 1,000 for more residual income to pay everybody,
Right.
then we would have 185 to spare.
You could probably buy a car for $70, or a truck for like 90. This is the 40s. Like, it's not. You could buy some. It wouldn't be a great truck. It'd be kind of older and a little beat up, but you could get one.
And you know what we could do? Just have a series of decals that we just unpeel every time we do something. So the decal just keeps changing and they have no idea which vehicle it is.
True. There are. He looked something up. When did license plates become a thing?
Couldn't tell you.
Let's see. 1903. So yes, license plates do exist in this time period. So, the car would be registered to one of you unless you took the license plates off, obviously, which I assume you would do.
Yeah, we'd probably be swapping them out now and then, so no one would know if they ever see it who it belongs to.
Painted a different color every time.
If you guys want to put the work in, you guys can go out and buy like a truck from someone easily if you wanted to, or a car.
It's not a bad idea, and gives us plenty of space to store explosives.
And Ayla speaks up, says, if you have like, I mean, if we could try to work like a sort of a big enough truck, we could be like, yeah, we're loading stuff. It's an option.
It's a good lie.
Gregory, in your profession you load things. You could feasibly have a good reason to have a truck.
That would actually be a good idea.
That is if we're going like, I don't think a bunch of people and a cop showing up in the middle of the night and loading stuff, and that could be a good lie. But if you try to like do it during the day, that could be a possibility. He's speaking again.
Yes.
Well, we could get truck. I could drive truck. They will see person who works, usually loading and unloading, has truck. Would not be weird for it to be in neighborhood now.
An option.
I think so. I think that is our best cover.
Keep in mind that you're gonna have to get them to open. Sort of the takes sentences. Okay, so are we going to try to get them to open the dynamite, or are we going to go and open the dynamite thing and sort of take them out and be like, we're just loading this stuff and we're trying to pretend it's not dynamite, or what's?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
She's concerned, like, if we show up to a work site and just start taking dynamite,
Ah.
someone's gonna notice.
We'll be transporting it somewhere else. Not a lie, technically.
Not a lie, yeah.
Yes, at the evening, if it's done at night, then, you wouldn't have to worry of the workhouse. Or, if we are able to stick to back roads, and we are quick and quiet, I do not have a laundromat currently to acquire certain uniforms, so
So, yeah. Do we want? Sorry. Do we want to go now, during the day, or go at night?
Let's go at night.
Go at night.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. We'll have to go get a truck then.
we will set aside, how much was it, 70 for a truck?
90 for a truck.
90
Bit more.
for a truck.
Yeah, a bit more useful. It wouldn't be a nice truck, but it'll be a truck. It'll be
We don't.
Also,
Need,
like-
we don't need a nice truck for a job like this.
yeah. True. Did you take that edge?
Which
Ren?
edge?
Mechanically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can work on it. It'll be your just sitting out in the garage,
Alright,
working on the truck in your car. Anyways,
so I've subtracted 90. We'll Grigori put a truck in your pocket. You just take it out and activate your mount when you need it.
so yeah, you able to go outside the city and find like a farmer who's just like selling their old truck. They're able to get a new one.
I don't need my truck anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those old, like really old style trucks that has like the wooden sides.
No,
It's just this old
an old
man,
vehicle.
like just like missing all his teeth, so his jaw is really up and forward.
Back in my day, you used to have to turn the key to start the car.
Back in my day, we had horses.
Versus.
And horses.
Hearses.
It's just a
I love this character
attic
already.
full of wild horses. Anyways, yeah. So you give him the money. He like counts it very slowly in front of you, loses count a couple times. But he eventually gets it, and you're in a possession of an old jalopy, an old truck. It has a crank wheel to start it.
Ring. Ding, ding, ding.
But yeah, you have this old truck. You get it going. It runs okay. It's a truck, so it's a little loud. But you have one. It's a license plate. You can take it off easily enough. And yeah, I assume that's any more preparation you have before the big dynamite heist.
No. No, I can't go.
How do we manage this? What do patrols look like at night?
The patrols at night, there are generally infantry patrols, so we probably a team of 2 or 3 men that will patrol the streets. Since there is a curfew and a lockdown, there'll be more out, and there'll be a lot more. Like, you're the only one that could probably get away with, like, I'm allowed in the street is Salethel. So
So I do not think that getting a truck around at night is going to be unnoticed.
No, of course not. It's curfew. It would be foolish to think that we could just sneak it in and out.
All right.
But I am here, and with me here, it makes it a little easier to talk our way out of the situation.
I will trust you.
I'm sorry.
I will trust you.
That's good. I would hope so after all this time.
Of course.
So, from what I get, so I can set the scene, your plan is to drive the truck there. I'm going to suggest just that you do it, like, you can drive over there before sundown, and just wait. That's an option, like park down the street and kind of wait. That's always an option.
Yeah, that's what I was going to recommend.
Sure thing. So I will. Do you guys want to do that? Ayla and Ligdon will hide in the back. So the truck bed. So since they're still technically wanted criminals.
I will also hide in the back.
Sure.
There's no reason for me to be out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is the police officer and the warehouse worker. It's perfect. Is drive out there, and as you begin to wait, the sun go down. You guys drive out. You don't have to wait too long. And we'll take a break there, for an hour and a half, and we'll get to this heist.
Heist.
So I need to get some water, and it's very hot in my room. Turn my fan back on.
Yeah, I had to go turn the AC on too.
Yeah.
All right,
I
y'all.
don't have AC in this. There's no AC in this house. It sucks.
Yeah, you just have a really loud fan.
It's not. You weren't loud.
It got loud. It got real loud today. Anyways, 5 minutes, y'all. We'll be back shortly for more of this show.
Yeah.
Boop,
Boop, boop.
Oh.
drive. Not get into trouble.
We should remember to pick up candor.
Ooh.
We should remember to pick up candor. And sandwich bags.
I already took care of the sandwich bags. Anybody else is back yet? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
my mic is muted. So
What's up?
That's what you think.
it's not. Yes, it is. Is it? No.
Who? What?
They're responding to you.
It shouldn't be. It should be picking up the. Why is it picking up the wrong one? Well, it says it's muted, but it's picking it up there too. How strange. Am I being picked up now? Still kind of. Why is it not letting me choose this? Let's see, there's the problem. It's still picking up. Stop.
How's it been going over your end, Rin?
Felis asked how things were going on your end.
I'm trying to turn off the mic audio from my webcam because
Can't
it's
hear you now.
Now it's completely gone.
Now we can't hear you.
Now they can't hear you.
No, but OBS can, and I still.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you, yeah. I can stream here. Yes.
Did Rin tell you what was
Yeah,
going on?
I just saw the message
I don't see the message.
in the Vin Diesel Dragoons.
Yeah, in the main
Oh,
chat.
I'm looking for it at the wrong place.
I don't think chat can hear you. Chat, can you hear Shay? Shay can say some things? So I was listening in.
Hello. I cannot see the other. I know why they can't hear me. He would have me muted because then he hears double.
Mm-hmm.
Because
No,
we're in
that
the
makes
same
sense.
room usually.
Yeah.
I can fix that. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, well, Rin is for us, what do you think? What do you think? We can stop it here because of our
Yeah,
technical
we like
problems.
just say
Yeah,
that we're
that
getting set up and everything.
Yeah.
That way we can get some
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, if you wanted to give like or if you wanted to like set the scene or something, I don't mind that. I don't know how far we should go before we start getting into um other actiony stuff. And I guess I should probably go fix that on his computer so that the stream can actually hear me.
Sure. Yeah, we'll actually Shay. Nope. Yep.
I'm listening.
Yeah, we'll end the
Pause it.
things on this side. Yeah, we'll end things on this side just because some weird technical stuff is going on and stuff like that. And also Rin is very tired.
Yeah, like I said, I figured like we could just
Yeah.
pause it here where we're all set up or we're getting ready. So when we pick up next week, you can just go right into the
Yeah.
breaking and entering and stealing.
Absolutely. So everyone, who can hear me, we're gonna do that. Ren is very tired. They're still moving, and he has a job, like a responsibility is. Um, and so yeah, we will pick up next week to let our good sweet boy rest because he deserves it. Um, and also we did some weird technical stuff going on as well that will be easier to solve when we're not talking to everyone on stream. So yeah, I hope everyone had fun,
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
and we'll get to stealing some stuff and blowing up some stuff next week, which will be great. Hey, do you control over the stream?
I do, right, of course.
Yeah,
Hi everybody.
I was just thinking like the guy. Where is? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the stream's just gonna stay up until it gets
Oh,
turned
I
off.
guess we're gonna become one of those lo-fi like beats you can chill out and study to things just forever.